Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about the lesbian flag, the history of the lesbian flag, how we decided on one, various options that have been proposed for a lesbian flag over the past 20 years. In case you didn't know, I am in fact a lesbian. Shh, don't tell anyone. But why am I talking about the lesbian flag? Well, this is my channel, we're talking about it. Are we really surprised by anything anymore? Just be glad it's not Converse overalls, the sequel to Converse pants. Let's make them even longer this time. That is coming eventually, of course, but today we're talking about the lesbian flag. So while researching this video, I discovered that this topic is not actually as off-brand for me as I thought it was. A lot of this stuff is internet history, and relatively recent internet history. If you came out as a lesbian, or even just got involved in the queer community online in any sort of way in the past couple of years, you were probably told, oh, this is the lesbian flag. This is it. This is what it looks like. This is a lesbian flag. I'm sorry, spoilers. Spoilers. Don't look at it. I kicked my camera. I still need to tell you the epic tale, the absolute winding journey of how the hell we got here. We're going to go through this chronologically, so I'm going to start with the first ever lesbian flag that was proposed. But before we get into it, I need to tell you a little bit about this week's sponsor, Etah Love. Etah Love is a handcrafted silver jewelry company based in my city, Toronto, but don't worry, they ship worldwide. I absolutely love their products. They're super unique, kind of weird, kind of witchy, very much my aesthetic, and they were kind enough to send me a few of their pieces. The Lifesaver Necklace, the Death Necklace, the double-edged necklace for all you sword lesbians out there, of course, the Hellcat X Onyx ring, the Lover's ring, and the Halo necklace. I've been wearing these like crazy ever since I got them, as you can see. Links to all the pieces I mentioned will be in the description down below, and if you use the link at the very top of the description to subscribe to the Etah Love newsletter, you'll get a $25 gift code automatically, as well as be entered to win a $500 gift code. Again, their stuff is just super cool and super high quality, so do not miss out. There's $500 towards Etah Love up for grabs here, so use that link in the description below to enter the giveaway. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. The Lapras Flag. This one is just, it's so cool. It's so good. Look, it's the best one. If you don't already know why we tragically cannot have it, I will get into that later, but the Lapras Flag. This flag first appeared to the public in the year 2000 when it was published in the Palm Springs Gay and Lesbian Times magazine. Basically, I believe the story goes that there was this graphic designer who worked there named Sean Campbell, and he thought it would be just like a fun segment for the magazine to run where he would design different pride flags for different facets of the community. So there was the Lapras Flag for lesbians, there was a drag pride flag, I believe, there was a cowboy pride flag. So how did he come up with this design? Let's break down the symbolism that's going on here. So there's the lavender background, or violet, however you refer to this color. The relationship between this color and the gay community, not just lesbians, but we're talking about lesbians today, is thought to come from a line from Sappho in which she's talking about all of the hot women in her area wearing violet tiaras, braided rosebuds, dill, and crocus. Because of this line, lesbians in the 1920s adopted the violet as their symbol, would gift the flower to lady friends to indicate intentions. Fast forward quite a bit, in the year 1969, the president of the National Organization for Women publicly claimed that lesbians were hurting the feminist cause and called them a lavender menace, which lesbians then immediately co-opted because how could you not? It sounds so cool. To this day, there's a bar in my city called Lavender Menace. There's a queer women's event called Lavender. It's a very recognizable lesbian and queer women's symbol. Then there's the black triangle. The Nazis used the black triangle to classify people that they categorized as antisocial, which included lesbians. So it's reclaimed here in the same way that we often see the pink triangle reclaimed for gay men. And then there's, of course, smack in the middle, the Lapras, the double-headed axe, which is a super ancient symbol, dates all the way back to Minoan civilization, which is like ancient Crete, which is like a fucking while ago, kids. Kids these days don't even appreciate Minoan mythology. The Lapras was associated with priestesses, with female goddesses, and then later Greek mythology also associated it with Amazons. So we continue this trend of kind of female power, badass women, and the Lapras axe was adopted by lesbian groups as early as like the late 1960s, 1970s as a symbol of empowerment. All of these things were well established pre-existing lesbian symbols, so considering that the design was done by a gay man, it's a pretty good design, right? Like, all of these are good symbols, they got history, they got meaning. Oh, it's heavily associated with TERFs, you say? Basically, today, if you see a Lapras Flag profile picture on social media, you know it's going to be accompanied by the username fucking rad femme biological woman spelled with a Y and a B and a Q and 42069. If you search for the Lapras Flag on Tumblr, the tag is really it's a bit of a battleground. It's definitely a toss-up between TERFs and people who are really fighting the good fight to reclaim the Lapras Flag. Naturally, many trans versions of the Lapras Flag have been made. If for some reason you've gotten this far without knowing what a TERF is, it stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist. basically feminists, often lesbians, who are just cloaking their extreme transphobia in feminism, and it irks me to see supposed lesbian interests put at odds with trans interests when it's like, you're stupid. It is not a topic that I am able to be eloquent about, it's just, you're stupid. I love the design of the Lapras flag, I think it's cool as fuck, it's literally my favorite colors, but I have always been terrified to touch it for fear of causing any terrible misunderstandings. Everyone fighting the good fight to reclaim it, I stand behind you, but I guess from a distance, because like as a public figure, I don't want to platform like turf imagery, but also I could be using my platform to help reclaim it. I don't know. It's something that I'm very conflicted about. I wish this could have been the lesbian flag from the start. That would have been great. I totally would have hung one in my house. The one that we eventually settled on, it's not really my color scheme. Another option that I saw around a bit was this double Venus symbol on the rainbow flag. Venus symbol or two interlocking Venus symbols they're very common lesbian symbols as well. So I've seen flags where people just kind of slap that symbol on the rainbow flag. Apparently I can purchase from Walmart a double Venus rainbow stripes flag gay lesbian pride event banner festival sign. Okay, so this flag is not amazing. It's like fine-ish. I don't really care for it much personally, and neither doesn't seem like other lesbians really do as well. Like, it's never been a popular option, but it came up consistently enough while I was researching this video that it's like, okay, fine, I'll fucking mention it. But nobody cares about this one. The lipstick lesbian flag. This one dates back to July 28th, 2010. Exactly. It was designed by a woman named Natalie McRae and posted to her blog thislesbianlife.wordpress.com. Lipstick lesbian pride, 3 exclamation points. The gay community has so many flags that represent all the different sub-communities. Our gay male friends are definitely the most established. They have a flag for young gays, leather gays, hairy guys, and girly guys. Even the bisexuals have their own flag. So I've always wondered, where are the lesbian flags? Are we lacking pride, or is our community just too lazy to come up with something? I have taken it upon myself to design the very first lipstick lesbian pride flag. Now we have our own flag to wave at the gay parade. And here it is. Official lipstick lesbian flag. So at this point, obviously, Sean Campbell's Lapras Flag design had existed for 10 years, but it was not widely adopted by lesbians. It was not widely used to the point that it might not have been online at all at this point in 2010. So it would have been very difficult for a lot of people to find. A Tumblr post that I found actually traced the probable first appearance of the Lapras Flag online to a blog called The Queer History Files in 2012. Why didn't we claim the Lapras flag? Well, we could. Just why we could have had it all. We didn't have to do this. We didn't have to go through this. So the year is 2010. Natalie McRae creates the lipstick lesbian pride flag. Notably not a flag for all lesbians, just the lipstick lesbian subculture. Notice the design similarities to the leather and bear flags for gay men, the 7 stripes and a symbol kind of formula. Natalie seems relatively dedicated to promoting her lipstick lesbian flag, wanting it to get adopted by the community. She added it to the lipstick lesbian Wikipedia page, which is what seems to have done a lot of the work in getting it noticed, getting it on certain other people's pride flag compilations. So lipstick lesbian is a term that has really fallen out of use with my generation, I think. Even just hearing it, just saying it makes me think of like the L word, like although the L word was like early mid-2000s, whereas the lipstick lesbian subculture actually dates back to the 80s and really exploded in the 90s. So I guess the L word reflects a lot of 90s culture as well. But anyway, I find it like kind of funny and very fitting that the proposal for the lipstick lesbian flag completely ignores the existence of the Lapras flag, whether that was intentional or not, because it is the antithesis of the Lapras flag. Like, the lipstick lesbian movement was a deliberate rejection of this, like, activist, feminist, in-your-face, lavender menace lesbian community of, like, the 70s. They did not want to braid their leg hair and mash their own chickpeas for hummus on the commune, thank you. They wanted to wear lipstick and heels and short skirts and to feel desirable in a way that was understood by society, to be accepted by straight society. And in many ways, I would say it worked, because, like, the lipstick lesbian, even if we don't use that term anymore, is the conventionally attractive, thin, often white woman in every piece of lesbian media still. Almost every piece of lesbian media. There's been some we've done some good, but like still for the most part, it's like I see this and I'm just like There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel desirable and accepted or with being feminine. Obviously, express yourself the way that makes you happy, date who you find attractive, etc. However, with the lipstick lesbian subculture, there was often this kind of toxic insistence that the best way to be a lesbian, or the only real way to be a lesbian, was to be a hot feminine woman dating another hot feminine woman. Even I heard stuff in like, I don't know, 2015, 2016, when I was first coming out as a lesbian, maybe even like before that when I kind of knew and was in the closet and just kind of like creeping on lesbian communities online. I heard a lot of stuff like, ew, ew, like, why would you date this? Why would you date a girl who looks like a boy? Or like, oh, this person is out of that person's league just because one person presents in a more conventionally feminine way. And I simply just do not agree or vibe with such a thing. And what would you know? The creator of the lipstick lesbian flag has been documented saying extremely racist, body-shaming, anti-butch and gender non-conforming lesbians things, like a lot. Natalie, why? So that put a lot of people off of using this flag. But Tia, why, you ask? Would such a thing matter if this was a flag designed specifically for lipstick lesbians? Well, my friends, that brings us to the year 2015, when a happy accident occurred over on DeviantArt.com. An account dedicated to posting high-resolution pride flags called Pride Flags posted the lipstick lesbian flag without this ugly cheesy kiss mark on it, and later confirmed that this was due to them just avoiding the nuisance of having to redraw a high-resolution vector of the lips. Laziness wins the day, ladies and gentlemen. This version of the flag has become known as simply the pink flag. It was launched into Tumblr popularity in 2016 with this post. The lesbian flag is so pretty, why don't we use it more? It's so nice, look. Nothing about this, where they got this image, nothing about what it means, just this is the lesbian flag. Here's it, nobody asked questions. But this flag actually started to take off because some people started to use it. And with that growing popularity, people did indeed ask questions. And the problems with the history of the pink flag became clear. Discourse ensued. There was lesbian flags being proposed left and right. There was polls to try and pick the best one. But which poll do we believe? How do we narrow it down? How are we going to get anyone to agree? We got the pink flag, but the creator is a train wreck and the implications are exclusionary. And also, what the hell does a couple shades of pink have to do with the lesbian community? We have the Lapras Flag, which is cool and meaningful, but it's been claimed by TERFs, so we don't want to start spreading that around. Some people were using this apparently, but who cares? Oh my god! So a theory that I have, I don't know, maybe other people have thought this or other people have said this, I don't know, but it occurred to me, and what I think allowed for this search for the lesbian flag to really take off around 2015 was the Mogai genders trend. What made me think of this was that the Pride Flags account that originally posted the pink flag without the lips was dedicated to Mogai gender flags, usually user submitted. They had like thousands of these things. Mogai stands for marginalized orientations, gender identities, and intersex. I love how you include the "and" in the acronym. Basically, it's meant to be like an all-inclusive acronym because we can't just keep adding letters to LGBTQ forever. I guess that's technically what the plus is for, but anyway, people created this acronym Mogai to be even more inclusive. So the Mogai genders slash like these like super specific and customizable genders and identities were big on Tumblr from like 2014 to 2015. Like it was definitely on the decline by 2016. It was really quite short-lived compared to like the stink that conservative internet people put up about it. But at the height of this trend, you could find thousands upon thousands of pride flags on Tumblr, on DeviantArt, compilations of pride flags, and I think that it really introduced this expectation of having pride flags for every different identity, because it seems like before this, like besides this one woman proposing a lipstick lesbian flag, the lesbian community was doing just fine using the rainbow flag and other independent symbols. And obviously it's not a bad thing to want or to have a lesbian flag. Like, I just think it can't possibly be a coincidence that people started suddenly taking this very seriously around 2015. It can't be a coincidence. I genuinely think that we have the Mogai genders trend to thank for the fact that we have a lesbian flag. So, what is it? What did we settle on? That would be the orange flag. The creator of this flag is named Emily Gwen. Her Twitter profile reads, "I designed the lesbian flag and from that day my life has not known peace." I'm sure it hasn't. Her design combined the pink flag with a design by another Tumblr user, the butch flag. I've also seen this particular flag referred to as the butch positivity flag. In a completely unshocking turn of events, there has also been many butch flags proposed, but this one gained a little popularity on Tumblr for whatever reason was the one that Emily Gwen chose to use. Posted on Sunday, June 3rd, 2018. Honestly, my ideal lesbian pride flag would be the pink one and the orange one flowing into each other, like the top half of the pink one and the bottom half of the orange half. Or the orange on top, just to shake things up and subvert the idea of femininity should come first. And the creator later followed that post up with a post explaining the specific colors and their meanings. The orange flag was put out there loose upon the internet as a contender for the lesbian pride flag. It won some polls in 2018, it looks like. I think what really helped it is that people were already so close to accepting the pink flag, and the orange flag was quite a lot like that one, but better. So it was very easy to spread around online. I'm sure in those years a lot of people got a lot of passive-aggressive Tumblr asks, like, "Hey, sweaty, the pink flag is exclusionary actually, so make sure you use the orange one." Passive-aggressive smiley face. I just find it, like, whack and bonk that this was only 2018, because this flag is like, it's the commonly accepted lesbian flag now. Art, fan edits, social media, merchandise, including my own merch, all universally feature this flag. There is a simplified version of the orange flag as well. The Sims 4 features 3 different versions of the lesbian flag, the pink flag, the orange flag, and the simplified orange flag. The simplified orange flag is the one that I personally choose to hang on my wall among all the swords. Really need 7 stripes? I feel like the point gets across with 5 stripes. It's just an easier amount of stripes to remember. But whatever, it doesn't matter. They're the same flag, they're both the orange flag. Don't argue about which version of the orange flag to use. They're both the orange flag. I honestly have no source on how it got simplified, but I'm sure it's something equally as stupid as someone on DeviantArt just getting lazy one day. So here we are. We got here because of people yelling at each other on the internet. And you know, sometimes I'm like, you know, I make videos about Tumblr, I make videos about internet garbage, this is my garbage, but like, look at my garbage fucking go. Look at us go. The internet came together and said, we pick this one. And within like 3.5, almost 4 years, it's in Sims, it's on shitty corporate merch, sometimes good merch too though, and dominating tags on social media. We had trash. We had trash flag options that reflected trash subsections of the community, and we somehow came out of it with something decent. That's an achievement. That's an achievement, because honestly, it wasn't looking good for us lesbians. It wasn't looking good. So yeah, respect the flag, it stands for our freedom, etc, etc. Thank you so much for watching this video, my friends. If you enjoyed it, you can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and support me over on Patreon. I do live Q&As every single Wednesday over there. For the low, low price of $2 a month, you can put your stupid memes directly in front of my eyeballs at 7 p.m. sharp on Wednesday. And I will see you in another video very soon, my friends.